It's actually at the stage where it is problematic if you are involved anything in the WNBA to not hate Caitlin Clark. They were like, in the NBA, if you were...
The Indiana Fever were practicing, joking, and bonding like sisters at one point. The next, everything exploded. Suspended is Caitlin Clark, and 2 more names hit the floor before the WNBA could even recover its breath. Like broken glass, Sophie Cunningham and Lexi Hall left the league and the Fever. The 3 of them completed why no one anticipated it. Please hit like and subscribe before we dig into this crazy plot. And get ready, because this may be the most intensely emotional chapter ever written. It all began on a calm morning in Indianapolis. Caitlin Clark was punished for 1 game after sending a single email. And justification, no caution. No background. Fans were silent, players froze, and coaches were startled. Sophie Cunningham, however, remained unflinching. "If she's gone, I'm gone," she muttered as she slammed her locker shut. When Lexi heard it, she immediately uttered the exact same phrases.
This is what happens when you're next to Caitlin Clark. You get access to things that you normally wouldn't get access to. And I think that's obvious for everybody to see. When you're next to Caitlin Clark, it's gonna, instead of people looking at it like she's dimming everybody else, like she's turning up the lights on everybody else and making everybody else shine brighter. Sophie Cunningham is a prime example. What nobody really like. People say, oh, she's a beautiful blonde, blah, blah, blah. She looked the same way last year. What nobody really checking for? You get her next to Caitlin Clark. Now she's on Good Morning America. Now she got Arby's deals. Now she's everywhere.
Then I will also not be staying. Nobody was aware of how strong their relationship had become. Nobody was aware of how closely they, since training camp, 3 had become acquainted. However, everyone discovered today that it had begun innocently. Sophie filling in to defend, Lexi providing food for each team flight, and Caitlin making jokes during warm-ups. Caitlin in the midst of a cruel practice. The golf outings followed. The pictures that went viral, the late-night discussions on pressure, stardom, and the cacophony that never seemed to cease, a trio that nobody could have expected, but that eventually became completely unbreakable. They were family, not just co-workers or teammates. So when Caitlin... Yet, it didn't feel like punishment. Rather, it felt like an assault, and families don't allow one of its members to experience anything. Alarms were going off at the Fever office just like that. If Caitlin walks, the franchise would fail. They lose both their shooter and their commander if Sophie walks. The chemistry instantly disappears if Lexi walks. These 3 weren't just well-liked. They were the cultured. It would be disastrous to lose them. The phones kept ringing. Coaches sought answers. Emergency meetings broke out, and no one had any.
Out of your game and come into this game, and for her to do the same on your side.
Yeah, well, I remember last year when we were here, I was talking to Nelly about her shoes, because obviously, like, in the basketball world, like, you don't, like, you wear the team uniform, like, it's your shoes that are the cool thing. So I was, like, asking her about her shoes, and she was like, oh yeah, like these are kind of basic. And then it's been cool to kind of watch over the course of the last year. She got to put in a lot of time to create her own PE, and very unique to her and what she's passionate about in herself. And obviously somebody that's very, very deserving. And it's been at the top of the sport for a long time now. So I've played a few rounds with her even outside of here for some other stuff. And it's really fun to get to watch her do her thing up close. Like, talk about making it look easy. Like, it just is so easy for her, but at the same time, like, she's just a good person. Like, she's chill. She has fun with you out on the course. But yeah, her shoes are pretty cool. I'll make sure they get home safely, and I'm going to be rocking them.
However, the 3 stars had already decided what to do. For years, fans would relive that moment. Sophie packed her things in silence. With trembling hands, Lexi folded Caitlin's sweater while she gazed at her sneakers. Battling tears that wouldn't go away. Heartbreak. No cameras, no yelling. Should they suspend you? All of us are suspended. We won't let you leave on your own. You are not required to do this. Sophie gave a headshake. We have already done so. Lexi smiled feebly. Together, we depart. There was silence in the room. After a few minutes, the news erupted throughout the internet. 3 stars. Absent. Live commentators became terrified. Timelines were inundated with incredulous fans. What's going on? The WNBA is over. This cannot be true. The league was in a panic. making calls to agents, writing statements, attempting to manage a story that is too big for each other. 3 players are leaving. This was unlike anything that had ever occurred. This was a peaceful revolution rather than a controversy, and something even greater was lurking in the distance. Project B is enigmatic, strong, and offers multi-million-dollar deals without pay limitations or politics. Just basketball, no contentious suspensions. They reportedly made one offer. All 3 of you are welcome. Collectively, Sophie arched an eyebrow. Lexi froze. Together? Muttered Caitlin. Yes, in unison, for 3 people who wouldn't give up. The proposition was alluring to each other, incredibly alluring. The fans weren't at ease. They lacked patience. They were enraged. Answers were requested by thousands. Why should Caitlin be suspended? Why eject Sophie? Why would you shatter Lexi? Outside Gainbridge, crowds gathered, chanting, Fieldhouse, bring them back. Now fix this. Our 3 are what we want. Inside, Fever employees had to confront reality. This was the emotional breakdown of a whole team, not a personnel problem.
Remember, you just lose these players straight up. You don't get anything back for the players. They're gone. We didn't get anything for Temi, did we? No, exactly. Let's take a look at the list that I've concocted. Number 1, you gotta court Caitlin Clark. The General. Last year, she averaged 16.5 points per game over a 13-game period, 8.8 assists per game, 5 rebounds per game, 1.6 steals per game. She is the franchise. She is the captain. She is the leader. She is the soul. She is the sun of this solar system. And everything needs to be built around her, predicated around her. The pieces need to be put in place this year, unlike last year, to get the most out of Caitlin Clark's abilities. That means when free agency hits, you don't sign 36, 37, 35, 34. You don't sign.
The 3 of them sat together in a peaceful chamber away from the commotion, their hands clasped, their eyes red, their hearts burdened. I don't want to go, Caitlin muttered. But if this is how they treat us, we can't remain. Lexi replied quietly. Sophie steadied her voice by taking a slow breath. After that, we all stand together. Point, one voice, one decision. The space became motionless. 3 heads gave a nod. The decision was made. They entered the tunnel. Lexi is on the right. Sophie is on the left. In the center is Caitlin. Reporters flocked in, fans screamed, and cameras went off like wildfire. However, the 3 didn't pause, falter, or turn around. Together, they made their way toward an uncertain future. The WNBA was left in complete confusion after 3 stars, 1 bond, and 1 leave. This plot is made up, a dramatic hypothetical scenario, demonstrating the depth of chemistry and the intensity of loyalty. Click like, subscribe, and comment if you want part 2. Bring the 3 feverish people back.